Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright. We have Jupiter, and Jupiter is actually in your 6th house, which is Aries, and 6th house points to health, work, and daily routines. We have Pisces, and that's actually your 5th house. At the time of recording this, we're just wrapping up Pisces season. We have Neptune there as well, and Saturn recently came into Pisces as well. And for you guys, that's 5th house, which is romance, creativity, children. And we have 9. So 9th house energy for you guys is Cancer, and we actually will have Mars in Cancer all of April. And 9th house energy in general points to philosophy, higher learning, and foreign affairs. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, and challenging that, we have the Lovers, Gemini energy. So this could just be saying that you might finally see an offer coming your way, one that you've probably been waiting on for a long time, and given that the Lovers was in a challenge position here, it could just be saying that there might have been a need for some things to be worked out behind the scenes. The reason why I say that is when I think of the Lovers energy, sometimes we see the two people there, and then we see what looks like an angelic figure in the background, and to me it looks like they're orchestrating something behind the scenes. I don't know if we can get it to focus. There we go. So yeah, that's what I get with that. Could just be saying, and that could even be pointing to, obviously Mars was in Gemini for a really long time. Technically at the time of recording this, it still is. And like I was mentioning, it's going to be moving into Cancer for all of April. But could just be saying that as that transit was taking place, could have just been causing some blockages and things to slow up a little bit. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Magician. So to me, this says that you definitely have the power to make things happen this month. Could just be saying that you'll be feeling a lot more sure of yourselves as well in general. So maybe as Mars moves into your 9th house, which is going to be a more harmonious energy for you, that could be a big part of it as well. And at the time recording this too, we're about to have Pluto, which is your ruler, move signs into Aquarius too. So 2 significant shifts there. All right, in the past position, we have the 4 of Cups. So yeah, this could just be saying that you might have been getting offers in the past and they weren't satisfactory. Now for some of you, this could have been around work situations, but for others of you, this could have been around romantic offers as well. But yeah, it looks like there was offers coming your way, just weren't necessarily satisfied with them. All right, in the present position, we have the Empress. So to me, this looks like you're still remaining open and receptive throughout the situation. So even if it did feel like it was a frustrating length of time for these offers to come your way, it looks like you stayed patient throughout it, and it looks like that patience will be rewarded this month. And this could be pointing to a timeline as well, because usually when I see this card, I think of Taurus energy, given that we see the very earthy vibe and the Venus symbol there. So could maybe take a little bit later into April, but it looks like you will be seeing that shift this month. All right, in the near future position, we have the Queen of Cups. So Cancer energy here, which again came up in your dice as well. And to see this come up could just be saying that you might actually have learned something through this whole process, right? So maybe primarily patience, right? Patience was maybe what you were meant to learn throughout the situation, but if not, that could just be saying that whatever you do end up getting, you're actually going to have a high level of value for it. So it'll be one of those things where it'll be worth the wait in that regard, at least. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the 4 of Swords. So this is a Libra energy here, and this could just be pointing to the Libra full moon that we're going to have early in April. And that's going to be a pretty intense full moon. It's going to be opposite Chiron. And given that for you guys, Libra energy is 12th house, could just bring up some things that have been lingering for a long time in the past, back up to the surface for you to finally heal them. So that could be part of what this timing was too, as far as if there was something that you're really waiting for, really hoping to see come to fruition. It could have just been one of those things where Timing-wise, you needed to go through this healing cycle before it could truly come your way. All right, and in the environment position, we have the Emperor. So the phrase that came to mind when I saw this card, given the context of what we were just talking about, is gatekeeper, right? Because this is Aries energy, and we're talking about these things taking place throughout April, which primarily is Aries season. So it could just be, again, like I said, a timing thing where whatever the situation is, for some of you, like I said, it could be work, romantic situations, just spirituality in general, really. Could just be saying that the timing wasn't right in the past, or ever. Now, as we actually get into Aries season, the timing for us to move forward will actually be right. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the King of Cups. So I'm going to assume this is a hope for a lot of you, because this is actually the court card that represents your sign. So this could just be saying that you were hoping to feel like yourselves again, right? Like I said, it looks like some of these situations might have had you feeling a little bit stagnant, a little bit blocked, right? And I feel like this is saying that as these blockages are cleared, you will be feeling this way. But again, like I said, it looks like at least as we're coming into the month, you might not be feeling that way. And there's that hope on your part that you could be feeling that way again. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Strength card. So yeah, this is actually the major arcana card for Leo. So given that that's 10th house energy for you guys, this could primarily be around the career situation. But either way, I feel like this is saying again that I feel like whatever the situation was about, the main purpose of what it was meant to teach you was to have a little bit of patience and a little bit of faith, I feel, as well. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So yeah, this energy, which is a Pisces energy, like we saw on the dice as well, could be an energy very similar to what I was saying there, where this Nine of Cups energy is about contentment often to me, where it's like knowing what you bring to the table, right, and letting that bring more things your way. So it could just be saying that that was the energy you stayed in, right? Sometimes you might have even been challenged and started to second guess yourself if that was the right mentality, if you might not have seen things playing out in reality. But I feel like this is saying that that was all part of the lesson. All right, moving on to your 4 agreements card. We have be impeccable with your word. And it says create a beautiful dream. Okay, it says your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So reading that did remind me of the fact that there will be a Mercury retrograde in Taurus, which is your opposite sign. So I could just point to connections of all kinds. So it could just be saying to be mindful of that, right? That there is that potential for miscommunication, but there's also the potential for healing as well. All right, moving on to your Wisdom of the Oracle card, we have why. There's the artwork, and the number is 31. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings. It says motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. The Oracle's message. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, and it makes me think of what we were talking about with that full moon and Libra energy, where, like I said, if there's some kind of a blockage where maybe you weren't necessarily seeing why things were working out the way they were, that could definitely bring some insight to you, I feel. All right, the relationship message says we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you're being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this and why did I say that, and spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the very treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So yeah, again, I might not necessarily see this as primarily a romantic connection type of dynamic, but if that's the case, hope it resonated with you as well. And the prosperity message says, knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by a need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these? No motive is good or bad, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want the things you do. If your motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into your extraordinary life. So yeah, definitely a pretty interesting message there too. And again, I feel like this is all, well, not all, but most of this seems to be pointing to, like I said, that full moon in your 12th house, which is going to be pretty potent, which will be early in the month at least. But lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Prana mudra, and the keyword for it is vitality. Let's see if we can get its focus. There we go. So if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, you can. But under benefits, it says increases overall vitality and immunity, activates the body's self-healing potential, benefits the eyes, improves digestion, assimilation, and elimination, decreases the body's susceptibility to injury and disease, improves concentration, strengthens willpower and stamina. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.